Forrest, the drummer of band Placebo. Welcome to Helsinki.
Thank you.
In Finland the second time this year, because in the summer you played at Provinssirock festival quite a few 100 kilometers up north from here, but anyways, in Finland. Was this your first time in Finland back in the summer?
Yeah, it was. It was my first time in Finland. And it was actually a really, really lovely show as well. Because that's, I met Marilyn Manson that day, and he's a really, really lovely guy, actually. It was a good surprise, yeah. That was a funny show as well, because I passed out during that show, because it was so hot. I remember when we played, and it was, the sun was just right in our faces, and we were on our B rig, which is a B rig is basically, we can't always, sometimes we have to fly to a certain country, we can't get our equipment there in time, so we have two different rigs.
Oh,
so it's a different drum kit, and I didn't have my big fan behind me, so I'm sitting there sweating like mad, and like at the end of meds, I was sort of like banging out of it, and then I sort of, I don't know what, everything just sort of went black, and then the next thing I know, I'm crumpled over my kit, and my drum tech's behind me like, whoa, whoa, what's going on? Where am I? Oh shit, we're playing a show. Drenched, that was my first Finnish experience.
Was this the first time it happened to you in your career as a drummer?
That I passed out?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually. I've vomited, I've fallen back off my stool, I've almost broke my nose with my stick, but I've never quite passed out. That was my first little blackout moment.
I saw the whole kick through, but I didn't pay attention to you passing out.
It was pretty moment. It was just for a little bit, because I wasn't like out for a long time. I just sort of blacked out and then came to, and come to, and I look up, and Brian and Steph are both standing in front of me. Are you okay? You all right? I think.
Show must go on.
Yeah, show must. I mean, it had to. You know, we had to keep rocking, and it's funny because Marilyn Manson afterwards came up to me and he's just like, "You're too much." He's like, "You're ridiculous." He's like, "You move way too much for your own good."
But you haven't moved less since. You've continued on playing the way you do.
Yeah, I just got more fit. Our fitness guys started paying attention to him a lot more, and started getting into the gym and really getting a lot of strength training and stuff, so that way even if I do start feeling overheated or exhausted or anything, I know the techniques now to sort of calm myself down and work, really work on my breathing and make sure I can, because especially now we're playing longer sets, because the summer was, I think, just like about an hour set, something like that, I think, for the festivals, and now we're playing almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I definitely had to get a lot more fit for it, but I'm better for it. Yeah.
You've been in the band for 2 years now.
Yeah, since January of 2008.
So
yes.
Almost.
So almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in January.
I understood that your old band was warming up for Placebo in the States when you first met these guys. But what was your view of, or how did you see Placebo before you've met them? Were you a fan of Placebo, or?
No, actually, I in 2006 when we first opened up for them, on the way to we were driving to, I think, Arizona for the first gig, because there's only 3 gigs, because then I got kicked out of that band about 4 months later, so I wasn't with them the rest of the times. But a manager at the time said, so we're going to be opening up for this band Placebo, they're from London. So I've never heard of them. I said, oh, they had that song in Cruel Intentions, and I'm like, oh, I can't think of it. Do you have the album? He said, yeah, so we put it on the album. And I really loved it. I was like, oh, this girl has got a really good voice. and I loved it. And then I met them, and they were so charming, very, very wonderful people. And then I saw them live, and holy shit, it was huge. And I became an instant fan then. I went out and I bought meds and Sleeping with Ghosts. And I used to, it's funny because, I used to drive in my car and listen to it all the time and sing along, and it's funny because like a year and a half later, I'm drumming for them.
So how does the sense of humor with somebody from California and 2 British guys, or lived in Britain, how do they go together?
Well, when I first came over, I was naive as hell. I didn't really understand the English humor, so they took the piss out of me constantly. And then I caught on really fast, and I adapted to the English humor so much that when I go home now to California, I don't really feel like it's home anymore, but when I go back to California to visit family, my friends are like, I'll just be taking the piss, and they're like, man, you're a dick. I'm like, no, I'm not being mean. I'm just having a laugh. I'm just taking the piss. Like, and they don't get it. You know, it's like, I forget. Americans are very sensitive people. You gotta be easy with them.
But isn't the phrase is taking the piss and having a laugh? Aren't they like British? So do they?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. So I'm just taking the piss. Like, you what?
Okay, I'll have one last question for you because I think that meant that we need to.
So what, did he do that?
No, he said like time out.
Right.
Time, yeah. Yeah, about you already mentioned that when you go to California you don't feel like home anymore. But I was about to ask because you're a Californian in a band that mainly plays in Europe and Australia and so forth. Where is your home nowadays?
London. Since when I first came back in 2008. Then they said, do you want the gig? I said, of course I do. So you have to move to London. And it's fine because I've always wanted to live in London. I just never had the money or the means to do it. So once I got over there, once I landed, it was like I think I was an Englishman in my past life or something because it just felt right. And I was like, I'm home now. And every time I go to California, I'd be there for like a couple of weeks. And by the end of like the 2 weeks, I'm ready to get the hell out of there and go home, back to where things make sense, which is in London. So that's where my home is, and that's where it shall stay. Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll start now waiting for the gig. I'm really eager to see it. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the show tonight, man.
Oh, I think I will. Thank you very much.
Thank you.